Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Ryan Abair and this is where I share my insights. And today I'm wondering, are we having fun yet? And this is a take on, are we there yet? The mindset of getting there, which seems to be so far off. When can we enjoy ourselves? I think the answer to that is so simple, it might surprise you. Stick around. Deepak Chopra perhaps saved my life. Because at a very low point in my life, I found a video of him saying that the portal to liberation is asking fundamental questions. Who am I? What's my purpose? What do I want? And what am I grateful for? And you ask those questions and you sit contemplatively in the silence and the stillness and you listen to yourself. And I didn't know what listening to myself was. When I started listening to myself, I started understanding how to enjoy myself. And so, aside from those 4 existential questions to knowing more of who you are, what's your purpose, what you want, there's a question that I believe supersedes all of them. And that is, are we having fun yet? Yeah, that's right. Do we enjoy asking, who am I? Do we enjoy so-called finding our purpose? Do we enjoy, what am I grateful for? Pursuing these questions. Because if you don't enjoy that, it's hard to sustain it. It's hard to sustain anything that you don't enjoy. And that joy begins at home, when you're alone. Haven't you heard somebody say, oh, here's some tickets to the show and a gift certificate to a restaurant. Go enjoy yourself. And the first thing you do is call somebody to go with you. Because we don't know how to enjoy ourselves. Kids know how to. They know how to enjoy their bodies and their environments, and they just enjoy everything. They figure out what feels good, and they repeat it. And somehow we pick up on the idea that enjoying ourselves is indulgent. That's too decadent. Something's wrong with doing that. So things like masturbation and those sorts of things are taboo. When in fact, you can enjoy your body. You can enjoy moving it. You can enjoy touching it. You can enjoy looking at it. But a lot of people have this aversion to that, to looking at their true, naked, childlike self, because they have this impression that life means something, that it has an answer. And if you could find God and ask God, why this, that, and the other thing, the answer would always be, why not? That doesn't, knowing why the universe is as big as it is, knowing why there's a moon, knowing why the universe exists at all, that's tricky. Because I think fundamentally the question would then be answered, why not? Why the hell not? Is the meaning of life. From that perspective. It's like, what does music mean? Yet, it's meaningful. There's a difference between trying to find some kind of definition or some answer or some pinnacle point and that it is meaningful all the time, even the so-called low points. And that's where we fail, is to enjoy the quiet, to enjoy when there's nothing to do, to enjoy sitting and wondering, even to enjoy convalescing, like resting. We always feel as though we have to get there. And you can have fun getting there, I guess. You can have fun not getting there. So what we're trying to teach ourselves is that we don't need very much to enjoy ourselves. And that's the key, is that some people have learned to enjoy themselves in an economic downturn. Or they've learned to enjoy themselves as best they can in circumstances that a lot of people would try to get away from. And don't tell me you can't enjoy a funeral. I've played for thousands of funerals as an organist, and somebody invariably gets up for the eulogy and tells a funny story, and all that solemnity and sadness turns into a comedy show. You see, you can make fun of it at any point. Even if you're being deposed by a vicious lawyer, you can make fun of it. I'll never forget being fussed at by a coach when I was in high school for doing something. And he had snot coming down his nose, and he was just as mean and ugly, and I couldn't take him seriously. You get to the point where you cannot take life seriously anymore. You're going to die, right? So, it doesn't mean anything. You know? Hurt feelings don't mean anything. Like, haven't you ever said that to somebody? Oh, I didn't mean it. That's because it's just meant to be experienced. Some of it is enduring. Yeah, it's not pleasant. You're right. I know what some of you may be thinking. But it's one of those things that you have to experience the contrast to figure out the sustaining joy of it all. And it's that you can poke fun at anything. My friend Jerry was in hospice, dying of brain cancer, poking fun while he was dying. Alex Trebek was dying. In the last few days of his life, he was sitting on a swing in his backyard, making fun right there in the last moments of life. Read that book by Bronnie Ware. And I wish I could think of the name of it. It'll come to me. I could look it up right now whilst I am talking. Because I just read it. 10 Regrets of the Dying. It just came to me as I was typing that in. Read that, 10 Regrets of the Dying. And one of them is related to, I wish I wouldn't have taken my life so seriously. So I would encourage you, particularly if you're young, to ask yourself, are we having fun yet? And spiritual revelation is returning back to your inner child. You're going to see that in the Bhagavad Gita, the Tao Te Ching. Even Jesus said it. To enter the kingdom of heaven, you have to become childlike. And not like childish, like I got to have it now and this sucks and throwing a fit, but childlike in as innocent way to see how shallow the seriousness and solemnity of it all is. It can be profound. It can be meaningful. But it always has this why not to it. Like, okay, I can't find a pinnacle or an answer or a definition that will come through in words. But life will leave an impression on you that is beyond words. You'll be at a loss for words when you get into this state of realizing that this is beyond you, that there is something expressing itself through you that is not operating on the power of an individual. An individual does not have his or her own power. The universe is powered by the same source. Whatever powers the universe is powering, communicating, and expressing through you. Isn't that something? And once you sort of contemplate your lineage, if you will, to the indigenousness of your truth, like the absolute origin of life, you realize that everything comes from the same place. Even horrible things and horrible people, what you going to do? You don't have control over that. But you can poke fun at it. I mean, you can poke fun at the serious police officer who's wagging his finger at you. Don't giggle in his face, but remember, okay, this guy's playing a role as cop. He sits on the toilet too. He's been embarrassed too. We must bring to our lives our youth, our suppleness, our wink and a nod. Just the whole time when you're in traffic, you catch yourself getting into this mode of, this sucks. That's funny. Sometimes I catch myself getting upset, and then I'm like, boo, I got you. It's the universe sort of sneaking up on itself and trying to scare itself with something called severity, heaviness, right? I want to encourage you to go through your day tomorrow and catch yourself thinking, this is a big deal. That's a big deal. This is enormous. It is an over-amplification of seriousness that we suffer from. Not everybody sees it, but you've got to think of creative ways to dial back the egoic over-amplification of severity. You got to get away from it some before you re-enter the world and start to notice people being overly dramatic, and how you used to be the same way. I used to be so dramatic, like, oh, this is, if such and such lets me down, oh my God, a divorce, oh my God, I lost my hair, oh my God. Death, oh my God. Drama queen, solemnity, that's hilarious. Stoppage, big deal-ism. You see people who take themselves seriously, even so-called spiritual teachers. Like I said, I'm just an average Joe saying to people, are we having fun yet? And so ask yourself all day, am I having fun? And if the answer is no, the question back is, why not? And if it has something to do with another person, a circumstance, a health condition, you're not free from it yet. And you will be free from it. And you'll be able to see yourself as not that, but something that is connected to the whole. You're always whole. And you'll sense this wholeness even in sickness, or if you lose a limb, or you lose some money, or you lose a friend or a family member. Even body dismemberment is not you're not broken. You never are. You can't be broken. You're a whole creature. Even if something seems missing, you see. So, we often think we are lacking something. But lack is an illusion of something that you might call incomplete wholeness. And you got to scratch your head and think, incomplete wholeness? What would that be? That's what we perceive as something missing or lack or that we need. And that severity is what causes that. Oh, this is severe, this is dire, this is urgent. I'm not sure about that. Nothing presses in on wholeness. You're immune to all that once you connect the dots and realize what the 23rd Psalm says. There is nothing I lack. And so you giggle. You giggle when you see it. You see it on politicians, on ministers, and spiritual teachers being all serious. And so I want you to just catch yourself falling for that and ask yourself, are we having fun yet? In all that you're doing, even if you're in the hospital. I've been in the hospital too, and they got good drugs. Trust me. You can have fun on morphine, but you can also have fun when you're feeling well. You can enjoy yourself, and that's what I encourage you to look for. How can I enjoy myself despite my circumstances? And that is transcendence. That is overcoming. Okay? And I appreciate you watching. My name is Ryan Hebert. And if you have a moment, check out my blog. It's called mymorningmotivator.com. And if you don't, it's not that serious. See you next time.